this is a video specifically for players who have never played Starcraft 2 before or are very new with it on exactly how to do a 4-gate. If you're very new with the game, then you really don't know how to play and you're new to the game mechanics, this is a build for the Protoss which is very powerful and will help you to win a lot of games. So at first what you need to do is start up 3 probes. You want to get 3 probes done and get to pop 9. This is your pop. So I'll be referring to that a lot. You want to get that to 9 before you start up your first pylon, and you want to make sure to wall in, and I'll show you how to wall in. I'll see if I can pull off a proper wall in. So now that I'm at 9, I don't want to produce another probe until I get my pylon up. So it's a 9 pylon is what you would call this in the technical world. Now please forgive me, I usually play on grid keys, but I don't have them set to grid keys, so I do not have my hotkeys down. So you want to put down that pylon as soon as you get 100 minerals, and then hotkey your Nexus Control 1, or actually you can do that earlier. Do not use that chrono boost. As soon as you get 50 crystals, start up that next probe, and as soon as you put down that pylon, immediately start to scout for their base, because if a Zerg is 6 pulling you, you have to immediately. It is all important that you change your build immediately. So you want to get 2 probes off once you're at 10 count. At 12, you put up your first gateway and build while you're scouting. You want to start up that next probe. So now that I've got it queued up to 12, I can come out here and put my first gateway down. You want to get this gateway. You want to get this gateway down as soon as you have 150 crystals. So I'm going to put that down right there, and I messed up my wall, but that's okay. At this point, once you get that first gateway down, you want to build your second probe, and then you want to start scouting around your base with your first probe to make sure he's not 6-pulling you or something. I mean, to make sure he's not cannon rushing. Anyways, so you'll get that next probe coming, and after that you want to produce another probe and keep chrono boosting that. I'm messing up a little bit because I'm talking here and I'm not chrono boosting. And then as soon as you can, warp in an assimilator. So get this up. Get 2 probes queued up, and then warp in an assimilator as soon as possible. After that, start another probe. You should be, well actually, I'm almost at 16 here, which is where you want to be. So you'll get that next probe coming, and now you probably want to save up. I'm not exactly sure, I haven't timed this out absolutely perfectly. Actually, go ahead and produce another probe. So you should be at 16 pop right now. And start 3 guys working on that assimilator immediately. Now this is almost done. So you're going to bring this guy out, get him out here and ready, and start a cybernetic score. I'm going to put that right there to help with my wall in. You're going to start a cybernetic score and then start a zealot. And I still haven't scouted them, so you need to keep your probe scouting. And then you can start another, as soon as you get enough minerals, start this guy going again, and you can chrono boost that. Actually, oh wait, no. I'm sorry, you can't chrono boost that because now you're supply blocked. My apologies, I should not have done that. So you want to warp in another pylon over here to complete your wall in, and I should not have used that chrono boost. So this zealot is, and this is very good, you want to put him at one of these choke points to help choke that off. And usually you would have both of these choke points covered, but hopefully he's not 6-pulling me. And this pylon will be completing soon. So at this point, because I'm behind, because I was supply blocked, I'm going to warp in another gateway instead of do, and now I will spend a chrono boost. Now as soon as you get this cybernetic score up, build warp gate, tech warp gate. So I scouted out here and saw that they're not rushing me. He's going to lair. He has a spawning pull up, but he's going to lair, so he's not doing a 6-pull, which is very nice of him. Now, remember to keep this hotkeyed, and then chrono boost the warp gate ability. Use as many chrono boosts as you can, and I'm going to go ahead and produce a second zealot. You want to keep in the early game and keep this ability warp gate chrono boosted. What that does is it allows your gateways to warp in units anywhere you have power. This is a very, very powerful ability that you always want to have. And now one of the most important things to do while 4-gating is to keep up with your pylons, because it's so easy to get supply blocked because there's so much going on and you're warping in so many units. So I'm going to go ahead and warp in a third gateway. Really the third and fourth add on whenever you want to, because whenever you feel comfortable, you add on that third and fourth gateway along with that next cybernetic core. Right now, I feel comfortable. He went to lair. He's not rushing me, so I'm going to go ahead, and he's not doing a roach rush. I hate roach rushes. So I'm going to go ahead and warp in that next pylon before I get something, before I build more units with my gateways, and I'm going to in my next gateway. Usually you would want more units than this before you start your fourth gateway, but because he's not rushing me, I'm going to feel comfortable going ahead and working in another gateway. So then I'm going to start another zealot going, and we'll start another one as soon as I finish, as soon as I get enough crystals. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and start another probe. I'm going to do a stalker heavy build. I'm only going to put one guy on that gas. Now warp gate is almost done, and then you will see the beauty of it. This will be done in just a second until I'm going to keep producing probes. Excellent. It has finished. As soon as it is finished, transform all of your guys into warp gates. What this does is allows you where you have power and they build very rapidly. So you see your hotkey is W, and I think that works even for grid. And then all you have to do is select the unit you want to build and then just click. And there you go. They are warping in and are done. And as you can see, they build massively faster than normal. And because I wasn't paying attention, I'm now supply blocked. So I'm going to get my next pylon warping in, and I've got a bunch of zealots here, so I'm going to feel comfortable and push out because he probably expanded and went to lair. So I'm going to wait until that pylon finishes because I've got a lot of crystals. I'm going to go ahead and warp in a second pylon and start another probe. And now I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because now there's no need for us to wait. Let me just gameplay here. There we go. So this is the normal gameplay speed. This is what you'll usually be playing on. So what you want to do is with your first army, you also want to bring a probe who is going to set up what's called a proxy pylon. This is when you, or a forward pylon. This is when you set up a forward pylon. You set up a pylon close to the enemy players that you can warp in units more rapidly. And I'm going to go ahead and bring these guys over. I'm going to warp in 4 stalkers just because he did go to lair, so he probably is going for hydralisks or something. And it's always a good idea to have stalkers in your force. You usually want stalkers to back up your frontline zealots. And I'm going to follow this up with a few nullifiers, or also called sentries. Because I'm feeling comfortable and I don't want to get supply blocked, I'm warping in a second proxy pylon. And now I'm going to warp in 4 sentries. Usually you would do less sentries, but just because I'm a big sentry fan or nullifier fan, whichever one you want to call them, I'm going to warp them in. And oh look, here we have our first aggression by the Zerg player. There is a hydralisk. I'm going to surround him and kill him and pull out. Now, sentries. If you're a new player, these are excellent units because of their ability force field. And I will show you this right here. You should be dropping your jaw in awe of the ramifications of this ability. You can use this in so many different ways, and this ability is so powerful, it's insane. Now here's something else you can do. In the early game, you can try and sneak a probe in. This isn't going to work now. Oh well. You can try and sneak a probe in and put down a proxy pylon like back here so that you can warp units inside of his base. So now that I've got my pylons up, I've got my stuff up, what you want to just do is warp in a bunch of units until you've got a comfortable, good-sized army, and then move in. So right now I'm feeling very comfortable on this, so I'm going to move in and win the game. Make sure that you have your zealots in the front, because good behind the other units. So there we go. Now I'm going to move in and A-move and start dishing out ownage on these units. Now here's another cool ability that you can use force field on. Let me just throw down a force field there, and there, and there. And now when these lava spawn, he won't be able to get to me, but of course he doesn't have it there. So that was actually a waste, but if he did have lava there, then I would be able to destroy it. So he calls the GG, and now I will be winning. So that is a standard 4-gate build. The best part about this 4-gate build is after this, you can transition. If your 4-gate doesn't work, you can continue to into something else, like a Robo Bay or a Twilight Council. You can really do anything you want, and I could do some more videos on some other builds if you guys want some other builds. Also, the Nullifiers have another ability. Where is it? Where's one with energy? This is Guardian Shield. You can do this. All incoming ranged damage takes a 2- to their damage, meaning if they do 12 damage, they will now only do 10 damage if they attack a unit inside of the range of that shield. Some other cool abilities that you can do is you can attack an enemy army. The enemy army is right here, okay? The enemy army is right here. So you engage it, they're bigger than you are, so you fall back. The enemy army chases you. You might take some damage, but you continue to fall back. And then, when half of them is on this side, you force field the rest of them out, and then turn around and slaughter them all. This is an excellent move. There are amazing things that you can do with the Nullifiers or the Sentries, whichever you would rather call them. And they do a lot of damage. I mean, they don't do too much damage, but they do damage. So, there is a standard build for the Protoss player on a 4-gate. And I hope y'all enjoy this, and help you players get out there to do a powerful build that is very strong against players. And this really does not require a lot of micro, because you can just hit the W key and warp in units wherever you want to. The only micro really required is the early build, your early build right, and keeping up with your pylons. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope this will help you in your gameplay. And this is Sir Alexander signing out.